The courtroom is tense as defendants confront the weight of their actions. Guilty pleas, probation, and fines hang in the balance. Every decision could change their future.
Castillo, speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Castillo's cases are set for trial to be in with juries. Okay. All right, you're Carly Davis. And this is 25 DCCR 1451 and 1452. What is the announcement?
Judge, we'd like to ask for maybe 3 or 4 more weeks. We're still reviewing discovery. In fact, I'm having a little bit of a discovery issue, but I'm going to be figuring that out whenever I leave today.
Okay. And I know we were going to get some confirmation of non-narcotic medication. Where are we on that?
She did phase down. She went to a new doctor and they reduced the prescription. So she has phased down, and I do have proof of that. I can send it to Mr. Coleman, so he has it as well.
I need you to, if you'll email that to me as well.
Okay.
I need that. I want that today.
Okay.
So get that to me and Mr. Coleman so that we know what's going on, what it was, what it is now, prescriptions,
Got it.
whatever you've got. And then we'll just do a normal reset to give you some time to get caught up on discovery and see if we can get an announcement. Is there any issues, Mr. Coleman?
No, Judge.
All right, Ms. Davis, make sure you stay in touch with Ms. DeLage, do everything you're supposed to be on bond, and then we'll see you back at the next court date. All right,
Thanks,
free to go.
Rhonda.
Thank you. See, Mr. Frank. Good morning. Are you Bethany Loza Diaz? Speak up, please. Yes. And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Loza Diaz, in cause number 25, DCCR 0928, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of driving while intoxicated with a child passenger from December 4th of 2024. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Macon? Do you fully understand them?
Yeah.
Is there something you don't understand?
No.
Do you understand if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? So if I follow the agreement, you can't change your mind later. Do you understand? And so it looks like the agreement that you reached is for 2 years in the state jail prison, but instead of serving 2 years in the prison, you would be, that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding of your agreement? Do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes.
State tenders number 1.
No objections, Your Honor.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Ms. Loza Diaz is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily, find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea, find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation before you leave the courtroom today, and she's sitting at that desk right over there, okay? All right, we'll see y'all back at sentencing. Let's see, Ms. Norman on Charles Guidry Jr.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Here for that.
y'all give me just a second. All right, you're Martin Ward. And so Mr. Ward was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to that reduced offense of a Class C disorderly conduct, and that was for a fine of $250. Has that been paid?
It has, Judge. I have documentation in my file indicating that it has been paid.
All right, any reason not to go through with sentencing at this time?
Oh, no.
All right, Mr. Ward, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Fine. Yes,
There was actually no contest.
I'm sorry. Okay, your plea of no contest freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient, and you did enter the probable cause the other day when we did this, right?
I believe I
I
did.
feel like we did.
I feel like we did.
Okay, I'm almost positive we did. If not, then we can take care of that, but we'll double check. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time find you guilty of the Class C misdemeanor of disorderly conduct. Sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of $250 fine that's already been paid. I'm going to hand you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived any right to appeal. You'll give me just a second, that's printing out, and then you'll be free to go, sir. $250 fine. That's it. That's it. Yeah. And it should, is something printing? Okay. You're going to step over in front of the clerk and she'll give you that certification.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
See, good morning. You're Ramadan Castillo. Speak up, please.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Castillo's cases are set for trial to be in a jury selection next Monday. What is the announcement?
Right here.
All right, obviously, it is likely that this will be at the top of the list. After today, there will be no plea bargains accepted. Everybody needs to be prepared to go. Stay in touch with Mr. West. He will know after docket today the trial order, but anticipate seeing you back next Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Good morning. Are you Charles Darling? And this is 24 DCCR 1384. Mr. Darling's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. And what is the announcement?
Judge, we're ready.
States for Your Honor, I would like the record to reflect I have sent letters and subpoenas to all known addresses for the complainants.
Okay. And do you anticipate there being an issue potentially?
Possibly that's why I wanted to let the court know in advance.
Okay. So then what I'll do, I'll number the case at the probably close to the top so that it gets taken care of one way or the other. If she doesn't show, we're not going to just reset it for that. Since you've sent that out, we'll get it figured out Monday. If she does, then obviously, depending on that order, the case could go to trial.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Let's see, Mr. Smith, Diamond James. Good morning, ma'am. You're Diamond James. And Ms. James is charged with hindering apprehension or prosecution of a known felon. And what is the announcement?
Judge, I've been talking with Mr. Smith about a possible resolution for this matter. If we could get one more setting, I think we'll have it disposed of.
All right. It looks like you were just appointed at that last court date. Okay. Any issues, Mr. Smith? All right. So, Ms. James, I'm going to reset your case one more time. Make sure you stay in touch with Mr. Lewis so he'll tell you when to be back and you guys can visit about the case before you come back. Okay? All right. You're free to go. Yes, sir. And you've got Michael Thomas. Sorry, you're Michael Anthony Thomas Jr.? Yes, and this is 23 DCCR 0530. Mr. Thomas's case is set for trial to begin with jury selection next Monday. What is the announcement?
Judge, I would be able to announce I'm ready, but there is one issue. Evidently, there was a TRO hearing that was done recently in regards to these allegations. I'm not representing him on the family law case down the hall, but he did bring me some documentation in regards to that, but I understand it was on the record, and I would like a chance to get the transcript, especially given the testimony about the complainant.
Okay. I would think you would want that as well, probably. So why don't I do this? Why don't I reset it to just a review docket? You guys can both get that transcript. And then if it changes something, then we can revisit. I know this was a plea that was rejected. If there's something that changes and we go back to something, then you guys can let me know. Otherwise, we'll put it back on the trial docket after that if it's not worked out. Stay in touch with Mr. Lewis, and then he'll let you know when you need to be back, okay? And if you'll just make a note that they're getting a transcript of. Good morning. Are you Charles Guidry Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ms. Norman, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He will.
Mr. Guidry, in cause number 23-41646, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft and aggregation amounts from January 1st of 2022, continuing through June 30th of 2022. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state's marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Ms. Norman? Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've reached with the district attorney, that you will be waiving or giving up any right to appeal? And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 2-year term in the state jail prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 5 years. You would be ordered to pay a $500 fine and to pay restitution, and that amount, I guess, needs to be determined.
Well, actually, Judge, I have an amount here. That amount would be $6,136.
And Ms. Norman, are you prepared to agree to that today? I could waive the pre-sentence report, or do you need some time to review that?
No, we're prepared to agree to it, Your Honor.
So you understand also as part of your agreement that you would pay restitution in the amount of $6,136. Is that also your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objections.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Guidry is not competent?
No.
And Mr. Lewis, since we have that restitution amount, any reason not to go forward with sentencing?
No, Judge, but in full candor with the court, I just want to let the court know that this defendant does have criminal history.
Okay.
However, Ms. Norman made a compelling argument about the restitution being paid under the terms of this agreement, and that's why I'm entering into it. I'm happy to explain or go into more detail about the criminal history if you like, but
As long as you're comfortable, and I think I'm good with that. So what I'm going to do, Mr. Guidry, is find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and at this time waive the pre-sentence report, follow the agreement, find you guilty of state jail felony offensive theft, sentence you in accordance with your agreement to a term of 2 years in the state jail prison. I'm going to follow the agreement and probate that for 5 years. You are ordered to pay a $500 fine, and you're ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $6,136, and to follow all of the other rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, then for all practical purposes, your case here in court is over. You'll be able to serve that 2-year sentence while you're out on probation. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court and you would be facing that 2-year sentence that you've already agreed to. Do you understand? $6,000 is a lot of money. Some people think, I've got 5 years to pay it. I want to make sure you understand. I want you to start making payments on that immediately. Even if it's a little bit every month, it'll add up. Some people think, well, I'll wait till my tax refund next year, or I'm going to sell something. So make sure you make payments regularly, because what can happen is you can do everything else you're supposed to on probation correctly. And at the end of the probation, if you haven't paid that restitution and I make a finding that you could have paid it, you could still be revoked after 5 years and go to prison. So it's very important that get paid back, okay? I'm handing you the trial court certification. That shows that this was an agreement that I followed, and so you have waived your right to appeal. I also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. Firearm is a legal term, and you should read that written document to see what devices qualify as a firearm. If you have questions about the laws that make you ineligible to possess a firearm or ammunition, or about how long that lasts, you can talk with Ms. Norman. All right, if you'll just have a seat here in the courtroom, probation will get your paperwork together. She's at that desk right there. She'll call you up when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. Good morning, sir. You're James Bruno, and this is 24 DCCR 1151. Mr. Bruno was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty.
If you're following along, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We bring you the most shocking real courtroom moments every week, so you never miss a verdict or a dramatic twist.
Entered a plea of guilty to evading arrest or detention with a motor vehicle. I have received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report? Are Are there any additions or corrections?
Not from the state.
Mr. Bruno, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 6 years. You're ordered to pay the $1,000 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, this is an excellent opportunity because you do not have a felony conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, the case will actually be dismissed at the end. The other side to that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, so you would become a convicted felon, and you could be sent to prison for anywhere in the range of punishment, which is between 2 years and up to 10 years in prison. Do you understand? I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. You just need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation's going to call you up to her desk when she's ready to go over your paperwork. All right, good luck to you, sir. See, Jose Contreras, Mr. Parker, it's also sentencing. Good morning, you're Jose Contreras. And Mr. Contreras, in cause number 25 DCCR 0006, was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the state jail felony offense of failure to comply with sex offender registration requirements. And I've received that pre-sentence report. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the report?
Have your honor, state this.
Any additions or corrections?
Nothing more of your open state.
All right, Mr. Contreras, I'm going to find that you previously entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 4 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. If you do that, obviously this is a great opportunity because you don't have this conviction on your record. And if you successfully complete the probation, the case will be dismissed and you'll never be a convicted felon. The other side of that, though, is if you violate any condition of probation, you can be brought back into court, found guilty, so you would be a convicted felon, and sent to the state jail prison for up to 2 years. Do you understand? Obviously, you understand now the importance. If you move, I know things get, it looks like you were in the middle of some things. You cannot miss this reporting. Your reporting period is not that long. You've only got a couple more years, I think, on it. So make sure you do it properly between now and then. You shouldn't have any issues. All right. I'm handing you the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you waived your right to appeal. You need to have a seat here in the courtroom. Probation will call you up to go over your paperwork when she's ready, okay? All right, good luck to you, sir.
Justice is unforgiving. Follow the rules or face the full consequences. Every choice matters, and no one escapes accountability.